Finger duty. My baby. Okay. What's the okay? Funomia says, "Yo, Chris."
Sorry, Myron.
Ah, man. Chris, you want to read it?
Yo, Chris, you fat, drunk, stuttering. You're going to love my nuts. All right, man. Thank you, man. The mom last night, by the way.
Comfort zone. Bro, chill, my guy.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's most kiss of death.
Okay.
I don't know.
Revan 971. Ladies, how is that your boyfriend can't tell you what to wear because it's seen as controlling, but when the father tells his daughter the same, it's seen as protective?
I like being controlled. Not like abusive control, but yeah.
Like, hey, bitch, bend over.
No, don't call me no bitch.
I mean, it's what? So I have to like mitigate shit now?
Chris. Hey, queen, you're lovely.
I don't even like that
Bend
word
over.
queen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. What's the
What
term?
do you like though? Wait,
Baby.
Baby?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, bitch. Bend over. Come on, right? It's hot, right?
No. Baby bitch.
Yeah. You ain't smaller though, right? Come on, baby, bitch, bend over, yo. Baby hair, it's all over your face.
Okay. And then he goes on to say in the chat, can't you guys understand that the boundaries he's imposing on you is the same he will do as a future father to his daughter? If a man isn't controlling and territorial over you, it means she's not mine, it's just my turn. Man ain't about to stress over someone he sees as temporary. That is true, actually.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
No, that's true.
Is he lying? Is he telling the truth?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just how you do it. Just don't be toxic controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You know?
abusive
Yeah.
controlling.
What does that mean, toxic controlling?
Yeah, that could be subjective.
Meaning doing things because you know you can. You know, some guys have that where they have that because they have the balls and they're the leaders. They feel like they can do certain things.
But men are supposed to be leaders.
Yeah, but it's just how you lead. You know, it's like just as long as it's healthy. Is you know
Yeah.
you
Like you
tell
can
me
say someone, you can tell someone like, hey, I don't like it when you're wearing that, as opposed to saying, take that
shit
shit
off.
right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't. You know, it's just,
like you can say it in two different ways.
it's not what you
Don't
say.
get
It's
him
how
to say
you
that.
say it.
I'm
Don't
gonna say you have some men that are very you will have some men that are extremely direct and can say what they say, but it just depends on who you find yourself being with.
You know, just talk to me nicely.
Yeah.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah, talk to me nice.
Oh, it's not what he says, it's how he says
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's
Yeah, Myron. Yeah.
No, she said what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, okay. Give me an example of something that would constitute as, I guess, acceptable control or versus unacceptable or toxic.
For instance, like let's talk about the clothes.
Uh-huh.
If he doesn't like what I'm wearing, don't just say take that off. I don't like that. You know, for me, like my father, he does when he scolds, he tells because it's two of us, two daughters, two boys. He always came with his reason on why he said certain things.
Okay.
And I think it had a lot to do with because the girls are more inquisitive. Girls are always asking questions. So he will put in some implementation of, okay, you couldn't do this, but I'm going to tell you why you can't do this. So I'm just used to being talked to a little nicely because my father was like that. He will say, for instance, do the dishes. You know, it wasn't go and do the dishes. Is you need to go do the dishes because X, Y, and Z. That was just my dad. Maybe he did that because the girls were more delicate, he just was like that with the girls. He was very more sweet, but still direct.
Is your dad an engineer?
No, he's
because that's how my dad is too. Like he loves to give you reasons for why he tells you to do something.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Oh, go do this," because I'm gonna look like why? Because I'm so used to my dad telling me his why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about you? What would constitute as toxic controlling?
Manipulative, being manipulative and talking shit. I don't like nobody cursing at me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
Chris.
for you guys, it seems as though the way information is conveyed to you is very important versus the content of the information.
For sure.
Because my thing, I kind of look at it like a lot of women look at control, but I look at it as like more boundaries. I think men shouldn't really commit to women that don't have certain things in place. And if I tell you, hey, like I just don't commit to girls that like, you know, dress provocatively when I'm not around or go to nightclubs or go girls' night outs, I think that's unacceptable behavior. you know, some girls will look at that and say that's toxic or that's controlling or whatever. But I look at it like it's just having standards. But the problem is that male standards are almost always conflated as some type of pejorative term, like toxic, insecure, controlling. But like, you know, no one says that women are controlling for saying, I want a man that makes 6 figures, right?
Right.
Isn't that interesting how like female standards are never considered toxic, or it's just you guys having just you being selective and being high standards? But like if I say, well, I don't want to commit to a girl that goes to the club all the time or is promiscuous or whatever, that's considered small dick energy.
But I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
think
saying
that's
what
the
you
problem.
like,
Yeah, it's like
people who get mad at that, they're insecure with themselves.
Yeah, and that's
It's
the
like, why you
problem.
not picking me? Because they find that what you like is not them. So
Yeah.
that's why they get mad.
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously, you guys are taking it fairly well, but you'd be shocked at how many girls get angry when I say I don't think it's appropriate for women to do certain things, especially when they're in a relationship. And it's like, and I'll be honest with y'all, like I think if the guy even has to tell you, it's already a L. Like it's a courtesy if he even tells you, like,
Yeah, I agree.
because most dudes they'll look at like, oh, she's doing that. All right, cool. I'm just never gonna take her seriously. Sex only category, checked out from that point forward. And then that's when like you'll start to notice the effort drop off. Like girls say all the time, oh, he doesn't hold the door open for me anymore. He doesn't do this. It's not so much that the guy doesn't like you, as in you probably did something stupid and he said, you know what, this girl isn't worth like a serious relationship, so she's in the sex only category. But what sucks for you guys is like women don't know when they get rejected.
Right.
Y'all get rejected in a whole surreptitiously. We at least with us, when we get rejected, y'all tell us like, oh, I'm not interested, or I got a boyfriend or some shit, or nigga, you ugly.
Any space.
Yeah, or I need space or some shit. But like with you guys, like we'll kind of like, you know, do what we need to do to
Fade away
kind
a
of
little
continue
bit.
to get sex
Yeah,
or whatever.
fade away.
But if a girl like it, dude, it could be something
Why?
simple as like we'll be seeing each other and then you dress really provocatively to go out and hang out with your friends. I'm like, oh, she ain't the one, man. All right, never mind.
Why is everything sex with men though?
Like,
Why is
that's
every?
my
Is it because
question.
y'all nut every time y'all fuck?
No, it's just in their nature.
No, it's because wait, you want to say?
They nut every time they
No,
fuck.
that's just
Wait, you
how
don't
it
nut when you
works.
Dude, but not every time. Every time y'all fuck, y'all nut.
No,
A woman doesn't
let-
nut
okay,
every single
so
time.
here's the part where you ladies kind of need to know about this, but this is how it works for men. It's in their nature to do so. That they have testosterone. That's literally, basically, what motivates them. That gives them the drive to do what they do. They have to do that.
They have to have sex.
I don't
Yes.
believe that.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't.
You use it or you lose it.
I don't believe that.
I think the reason why men because you said, I want to make sure I understand your question correctly. You said, why is it always about sex with you guys? What do you mean by that specifically?
Like a girl, when we look at men, we don't automatically think like, I'm gonna fuck him. Y'all, as soon as y'all see a woman, oh, I'm gonna fuck her.
Fair.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because as a male, right, we give value to women in many other ways outside of our sexuality. I would argue the last way we give you guys value is through our sexuality. Women look for all these other things before the sexuality even comes in. Versus with you guys, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but the only real value women provide is sexuality. And if you don't believe me, like, I mean, if women didn't have
I'm fine with
vaginas,
that.
men would not talk to y'all.
You think so?
Why?
They wouldn't.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because women are very difficult to deal with. I mean, look, she's a bisexual, right? She even told you herself if she had to pick one gender, who'd she go with? The men. Because men provide far more value in relationships. And I always love asking women that are bisexual, which would you rather go with? And 9 out of 10 times, it's always the men. And the reason why is because with men, at least you're able to get like a multitude of different benefits. If he's ugly, he's probably going to be a good provider, or maybe a charming, or maybe he's a good talker. If he's in good shape and he's not like as he might not have as much money. Like men have to provide value in some way.
Yeah.
But we have many different ways where we could do it. Versus like for women, dude, if you're not attractive or you're not good sexually, like the guy is probably going to have an issue right off rip.
Well, to be fair, I do date studs, so technically they kind of
Who pays for the
right.
date?
Well, I pay for mine, she pays for hers. But when we first started, she wanted to like do all them. She wanted to open the doors, bring me flowers, come pick me up, or like pretty much do like the masculine things. But I'm like,
But that proves my point even further.
about
So
to say.
so even though you're bisexual and you deal with women, even the women you deal with have masculine traits, which proves my
Yeah.
point even more that women don't really offer men much utility outside of sex. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
like if she like let's say imagine you guys were two like regular girls like you would get even less benefit. Like you'd go half and half on everything. She'd be a diva too. She would take 3 hours to get dressed. She wouldn't have any of these masculine traits.
Yeah, there was a time I told I started to not treat her like a man, I guess, but I was just like, I guess, expecting manly things since that was what she was doing. And she was like, well, I'm a girl too.
What?
And I was like, but you know this, like, man.
You were supposed to do a sound effect to that.
Yeah, but like the reason why, like, so like with men, right? Okay. The other thing I was gonna say too, since a woman's like value to a man is really like one versed, like that's why men are so selective on like their girl not dressing provocatively when they're not there, protecting her sexuality. That's why cheating for you guys is like, if you guys cheat on us, it's the biggest form of betrayal that you can do. Because like if I cheat on you, like you can still extract benefit from me. Like I could be paying your bills, I could be taking care of you, I could still be giving you sex, I can still be giving you that masculine energy, I'll still fight and die for you. But like if you fuck another dude, like you're effectively useless, because like that's the only utility you have.
That's what
so
it
if I'm like, because when I'm dating you for a lot of the times your beauty and your body. So if you give that to somebody else, that is the biggest slap to me ever. Like that's like me, if I was to give like a female equivalent, right? Like let's say, let's okay, I'll give you an example that like so you guys can get a feeling of the betrayal that a man gets. Like let's say you're my wife, right? But you don't know that I have a whole other wife. She has a bigger house than you. She has a nicer car than you, and she has twice the kids. And when someone broke into our house when I was with you, I didn't do nothing. But when someone broke into the house over there, I jumped on the fucking robber and I beat him up. Like, a woman is going to look at that as like way worse than me sleeping with another girl. Does that make sense? Like, if your boyfriend cheats on you, but he does everything else right, you might concede on that. But if someone robs you and he's there and he lets it happen, you're never going to forgive him for that.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So with men, that's like the equivalent. Like that's like me, you cheating on me, having sex with another dude, that's like me, like you're my girl. I tell you you're my girl. I provide for you somewhat, but like another day, like I got another girl, she has a whole other mansion and I fight for her, but I don't fight for you.
Right.
Right? And then you find out that she has like the money and shit. Like that's the big betrayal. Like with a man, like you can't give your body to someone else, just like I shouldn't be giving my resources to another female.
Right. I see what you're saying.
It's
Yeah.
that, it's
Yeah,
that,
I don't
and
like it if I'm in
also-
a relationship and the guy, I don't care if he fuck, but when he start buying her shit and taking care
there
of
you
her,
go.
Oh, there you
that
go.
becomes the problem.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
care if he fucked. I'm alive.
you love her?
Like all you got was some dick. Like
Yeah, in most
Well-
cases for men, there's no emotional aspect behind it.
yeah.
While
What
for
I've come to
women,
realize,
yeah.
women will accept infidelity from men. It's just that guy's got to be spectacular. Like if he makes money, if he's attractive, if he's like a catch, women will accept cheating from him. But it's whenever girls say, "Oh, I'm not going to accept cheating," whatever, 9 out of 10 times that dude is like average, or she's not that attracted to him. He got her by the skin of her teeth. She looks at him like, "Motherfucker, I'm a prize. Like you're lucky that I even am dating you, and you have the gall to cheat on me."
Yeah.
So like a lot of girls get mad because they feel as though like you barely got me, and you have the fucking nerve to cheat on me. But like if the guy is like a winner, like a lot of girls will like, you know what? Okay, like this guy, he loves me, he's attractive. Other girls want him. This is what comes with the territory.
Yeah.
I have a question.
But only for so long though.
So are you guys saying that if guys have sex with other girls, they don't fall in love with those girls from having sex? Like-
There's always the potential.
I
I'm not gonna
was
lie to you.
told-
Okay, let me
I'm not gonna lie to you and say
let
they
me-
can't.
I
Yeah,
was
because
told-
it's like
It
that's
can
something.
happen.
That is something that worries me. I don't mind, I guess, if you cheat, but in the back of my head, it would be like, what if you fall in love with that other person? Then now so it's like I think that's why most women don't really want their men cheating, because there's a potential of you liking the other person and then leaving.
Well, that's
Yeah,
where.
that too. And STDs, STIs.
well,
Yeah, that's
too.
not that common as people think. But like, what it really comes down to is like, with
How
women.
you know it's not that common?
Right.
What you be
Yeah.
out here doing?
Well,
it's actually really not. I work in the hospital and yeah.
yeah, it's not
It's
like.
not like
Well,
maybe
actually, no.
one
Since
in
you work in the
1,000, I
hospital,
don't know.
who gets
With gender.
which gender gets the most like I guess diagnosis?
Keep it
of
real.
STIs.
The women.
It's women, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's because women just have way more sex than men do. Like more women are able to have sex, therefore do, versus like a lot of guys don't because they just can't. So, but anyway, the love thing that you were saying. I'm not gonna lie to you and say, oh no, it's not possible. It's absolutely possible. But I think if the only way, like, once a girl gets a guy, it's like on her to lose him. Does that make sense? Like, if a dude gets down on a knee and proposes to you, or makes you his girlfriend, and like he ends up falling in love with another girl, like you did something wrong, really wrong, because.
It's hard
What
for
if you
men.
couldn't split on
It's
the
hard-
D
it's
and
hard
somebody
for men
else
to leave.
splits on it?
It's really hard for a man
It's hard
to
for men
leave.
to leave. So like
It is.
whenever I see like a dude leaves his girl or breaks up with her, like she did something very wrong, very very wrong. Because dudes, you gotta
think
remember.
like that.
No,
I don't-
here I'll explain.
no, I don't
I'll tell you
think
what. Men have to work way harder to attract women. So by that, what like you gotta remember, the first date we're paying, we're planning, we're setting everything up from the beginning. We have an enormous amount of skin in the game. So if we get to a point where I'm not just courting you, but like you're like a girlfriend, I put significantly more work into the relationship than you have in most situations. Guys that are smart do it where they put skin up front and then they quickly make their girl start to put skin in the game. This is a player. But most men don't fall into that. Most guys put an enormous amount of skin in the game in the beginning, so they don't want to lose what they got. So what's up happening is, if a guy is able to attract another woman or whatever, he'll lie to his girl, like the one that you dealt with, because he put the skin in and he didn't want to lose you. So with men, they will hold on as long as they can. They don't leave women. It's the women that leave because we have to put so much work in. So we value the relationship way more than you guys do a lot of the times.
No, men are. I don't know. In recent times, men are leaving relationships more, and they're getting with like another girl within
Only
the week or
only a
something.
small percentage of men have that ability to leave a relationship and have the latitude to be able to do it and the leverage, because most guys come in a relationship where the girl is the prize, right? The guy got the girl, he had to work really hard. He had to work his way up. Like the girl doesn't like him as much as he likes her, in other words. Very rarely is it where the girl likes the guy more than he likes her and he leaves her, like, or can leave her without like consequence. Does that make sense? So like, yes, are there men that could do it? For sure. But if I take 100 relationships, 90 of them, the girl's leaving. 10,
Okay.
maybe the guy leaves.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But like I said, it's just
And he's got to
like-
have a lot of options. He's attractive. He's got his
Yeah.
money right, or he's doing something very well. He has status. He's famous. Like, this is a minority of men. Like, a majority of guys, dude, are just happy to fucking kiss a girl. It's like really crazy, man.
I mean, if he can get you, he can get other girls too. So maybe that archetype of guy can do it, but most guys can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
They fail. And like, the thing that kind of fucks women up is like, not all, but like, a staggering majority of women are looking for like the same men, right? And this kind of what fucks black women up, because you mentioned before like black women are more willing to stand on things, right? So you said that. The other thing too with black women, oh yes, you said that as well. The other thing with black women is like you guys prefer black men, so
Yeah,
that,
only
that
9%
lowers
of
your
black women do
pool
that.
even more so. And it's like with white women, because you were saying white women take whatever. Yeah, white women are far more willing to date outside of their race, and a lot of them actually prefer to do it.
So you're
Versus-
saying we need to date outside of our race?
I tell black women to do it all the time, but they
Yeah.
don't want to listen. I tell
Because it's hard.
It's rather nice.
Hey man,
Yeah.
go white. It's right.
So here's the thing.
Wow, it's so
I don't know.
we can't relate. How can I relate to you?
Well, I'll tell you this,
Yeah.
man.
You're gonna think things that
Like,
I
the
say and do is
culture is so
weird. It's like
different.
weird.
And you're actually right, because even with me, I have to not only be like, I want to date a black man, it has to be like Nigerian, and then
Yeah.
it has to be a different subset of Nigerian. So
yeah,
it's
see,
like,
but I'm over that.
like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
I'm
like
so
black
over that
women.
now.
Black men just
thing
got
with-
this,
there's a couple things that fuck
It's
black
just
women
this,
up.
Yeah.
With black women, you guys are very selective on, most black women overwhelmingly only want black men. And then the other thing too is that if you're not able to get the black man, other races a lot of times don't want you guys because of the negative stereotypes, right?
Right.
So it's almost like a lose-lose. Like if you don't get your dream black man that you want, like in your case, a Nigerian dude from a certain tribe, or you want a certain type of black guy that's maybe an education, or you I don't know, you look like you like rappers. So yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't.
Like, you know,
Come on, man.
Hold on.
I
You know-
don't.
So your whole lifetime, you never smashed a rapper?
or athletes or
No.
some shit.
Fabio Foreign.
Athletes or some.
What? No.
I think
No?
Chris has a crush.
Nigga,
on
what?
him.
Just
You're
get you
from
a
New York, so I'll say
nerdy
maybe-
man.
maybe Fabio.
Nerdy men,
Nigga,
they
she from
definitely
Rochester, man.
She goes to New York
upstate.
sometimes.
Do you
She
date
from
country?
upstate.
Country
She goes there
guys?
sometimes.
Okay.
Oh.
She knows what she's doing.
You be drilling.
But yeah, so like, cause you had mentioned like, oh yeah, the niggas with money go and date out. That's why I assume that. But like, yeah, athletes and shit like that. But yeah, most
Yeah,
black men
athletes.
actually do get with black women, like 80 or 90%
Yeah.
get with black women. But But yeah, like some guys will date outside of the race. But the thing with black women is y'all are very
Well, I
like,
don't
I know
mind.
what I want. I'm not
Nobody
settling.
you know what? With black women, they don't want to see pink penises. That's
Well, I don't mind.
right. It's pink. It's like
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
I've
Yeah.
never heard someone actually say it out loud.
yeah. That's
That's
what
real thing.
all black
I
girls
didn't-
say. They don't want a pink dick.
Who's all?
Well, majority I know. I don't know.
Well, to
That's
be
the
fair,
people I
you're
surround
not.
myself. Yeah, you look mixed.
She's.
I'm black
Yeah.
and Mexican.
No.
That's the point.
Yeah.
But Mexican
Yeah,
people
I guess
can be
I am the byproduct
They
of an
be ghetto
interracial
as
couple.
hell, too.
Dating in this day and age is like navigating a minefield blindfolded. I have been there, done that, and got the fucking t-shirt. Now, I am here to pull the blindfold off your eyes. Let's talk about the women who will fuck up your life faster than you can say, I do. This is not some feel-good advice. It is the real deal. The truth that will save you from a world of pain. So buckle up, because we are diving into the real world of relationships, where only the smart survive. The first type is Instagram models. Here is the deal, man. Instagram thoughts are the modern-day succubi, draining your life force one filtered selfie at a time. They are like digital vampires, not the sexy kind, but the ones that feast on your soul through likes and comments. All they care about is racking up those numbers, feeding their ego with every notification. And you? You are just another fucking pixel in their endless quest for online validation. Don't be fooled by the glitz and the glam. These so-called Instagram baddies are walking, talking red flags on high alert. They are not in it for the love, the connection, or any real shit. They are chasing the next viral moment, like it is the last line of cocaine at a Hollywood party. So if you are looking to build something that lasts, you better swipe left on this bullshit. Keep your life and your sanity intact. These women are for play, not for keeps. They will use you as a backdrop for their next post, then ghost you faster than you can say #relationship goals. The second type is the eternal victim. The eternal victim is a walking, talking, emotional sinkhole. She will pull you into her dark vortex of endless complaints and blame. She is never to blame for anything. Every fuck-up, every setback, it is all someone else's fault. Every ex is a monster. Every job is a conspiracy. And you will be sucked into this vortex where every day is a new episode of her melodrama. She will leech off your compassion like a goddamn parasite, leaving you empty and exhausted. Don't deceive yourself into thinking you can change her or that you are her knight in shining armor. She is not looking for salvation. She is looking for an audience to her never-ending sob story. She will drain your life force with her incessant need for pity and validation, turning you from a man into her personal fucking emotional support animal. Trying to build a life with someone who is perpetually playing the victim is like trying to grow a garden in a fucking landfill. You will be stuck in her narrative of misery, with no chance to chase your own goddamn dreams. Steer clear of this type, or you will find yourself living her nightmare, not your dream. The third type is the type that has a ton of male friends. If she's surrounded by more male friends, then a pimp has hoes. You need to get the fuck out of there, pronto. These women are like master chefs in the kitchen of manipulation, cooking up different roles for each guy in their life. They have got them all sorted like ingredients. Food guy for the free meals, yacht guy for the luxury trips, car guy for the rides. Trust? That is a foreign concept to them. They are not looking for a man. They are looking for a goddamn utility belt of men. These broads have turned friendship into a fucking business model, where every dude serves a purpose, and you, my friend, are just another tool in their shed. If you think you are special, you're as naive as a lamb walking into a wolf's den. They compartmentalize men, like they are organizing a fucking filing cabinet, and all you will be to her is another tab labeled with whatever utility you provide. Don't fall into the trap thinking you will change her ways, or that you are the one exception. You are not. You are just another entry in her Rolodex. Protect your dignity, your time, and your fucking heart. Steer clear of these women who treat men like collectibles in a game they are playing to win. The last type is the career-oriented women. Career-oriented women are like high-octane engines, great for speed, fucking terrible for a smooth ride in a relationship. Ambition is hot, but when it starts to consume everything else, including your relationship, it is a goddamn disaster. She is used to calling the shots, arguing her points, and being as stubborn as a mule. That might win her accolades at work, but it will drive you up the fucking wall at home. If you are a man with his own direction, you don't need another CEO in your life. You need an assistant, not someone trying to out-alpha you. This type of woman will turn your home into a battlefield where every decision is a fucking corporate meeting. You will find yourself in a tug of war over who gets to steer the ship of your life. And trust me, she will want to be at the helm. The last thing you need is a divided house where you and your woman are sailing in opposite directions. Her control freak tendencies will make your life a living hell as she tries to manage you like one of her projects. So if you are looking for harmony, for a relationship where both of you can flourish, avoid this type like she's the plague. Your peace of mind and the health of your relationship depend on it. Now, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, subscribe, share, comment, and like this video.